Alright, so I'm harvesting my 18-gallon tote. About halfway through, I end up just taking it out handfuls at a time. I'll take it out, toss it on this thing. It's just one of those little hallway guards or whatever, like things for your kids or pets. I just throw it on. I'll just toss it on top of this. The holes on here are pretty big, so it just kind of lets through the nice size vermicast in there, but it doesn't really let through like the rocks and the worms and the material that hasn't been broken down or anything like that. It kind of keeps most of that in there, but it lets down like a really nice fine material down here. That was some paper and stuff I threw in there beforehand. But yeah, that's this nice real fine material down. I left too much moisture in here. I should let it dry out a little bit before I harvest it, but it's still pretty good. It's falling through pretty good. But yeah, I'll just kind of shake this back and forth, and I'll let most of it fall through, and then I'll just kind of pick out the worms here and there. And then when I get most of it through, and then it's kind of let most of the like chunkies and stuff like that doesn't want to go through, I'll just take that and I'll just dump it over here, and I'll just kind of go through the rest of the bin to you left with like the pebbles and stuff like this. So the really damp soil, that stuff won't go through, and I really don't feel like breaking that up. And that stuff, I'll just kind of toss it in here with the rest of the worms, and I'll use that to start the next round with the worms. And I'll just mix that up with paper and leftover food and stuff for the next round. And with that much moisture, when I start the next round, I don't have to add any water when I mix this in with the next round of paper and food and stuff. Since it's so moist, I won't have to add anything, because this is really moist. That's really wet. As you see, that's letting out a lot of water. But yeah, it works pretty good. So with this, I'll actually, most of the time I won't do like food scraps. I'll just take bokashi out of my bokashi bucket, and just throw it straight in there at the bottom of the bin for them to eat on, since it's already broken down and stuff. They love it pretty good. It's already fermented up for them. But yeah, this is me just harvesting one of my bins. I'll do a double stack over there. So I'll have, that's the drainage one, then I'll have another 18, and then another 18 stacked right on top of it. And I have it just running in my kitchen. It doesn't smell, so it doesn't really bother us at all. Other than that, it only really bothers us if it gets the gnats in it. The gnats bug the hell out of us, but to really get rid of the gnats, you just kind of drop in some isopods or some springtails, and the springtails kind of knock down the fungus and stuff like that. Sorry about the mess over there if you guys saw that. I didn't do dishes today. But it's just one way I got harvest my stuff, and it's just dropping into a little kiddie pool. But yes, AJ the Gardener, hollering at you. Peace. Yeah, with the bokashi, this is one of them no-nos that people don't put in the wormbin. This is bone. They probably had some meat on it when it started. But with the bokashi, I can toss that in there, bokashi, and have it drop into the wormbin and be just fine. They'll break it down, and it slowly breaks down and decomposes, and water and everything is starting to break down and everything else.